So, hi, I think we should be live right now. Yeah. All right, let's see if everything is working here at first. I think so. Looking fine. So if someone out there is listening and you can hear me, just let me know quickly, maybe in the comments. But I think everything is fine. So, hi, this is Mori from Berlin, and this is actually my very first live stream or live coding session on my channel. And yeah, in this one, I want to build a small website about scroll hijacking. And let me just quickly explain what scroll hijacking is. You might know, or you might have stumbled over them when going over like Google or Apple landing pages for their new products. And what scroll hijacking means for me is when the website is basically using the current scroll position, the scroll bar, to do something else than scrolling down. And this is basically what I want to replicate in this live stream, because I'm a freelancer and I got this assignment for my current contract. And I just wanted to get familiar with it. I have not looked through any guides or anything. I have kind of like a concept or an idea how I want to approach it. But we'll see how far we'll get. And if you have any ideas or I don't know, some feedback, you can just drop a comment. But yeah, it's going to be fairly technical. It assumes that you know JavaScript and React perhaps. And let's just get started, I would say. And let me just first show you a sketch that I have prepared here to let you kind of know what I'm going to build or what I'm trying to build here in this live stream. So like I said, I want to build this very, very simple website which has 3 sections. And the first section is just going to be like a fixed height section, which doesn't do anything really, it's just there for margin. And there's going to be 2 other sections down there, below the first section, which are kind of aware of their scroll position or where they are on the website. And they will have sticky elements in there. So when this section is in the viewport, I want a part of it to be sticky, and I want that sticky part of the section to animate or do something based on how or based on the scroll position. And kind of like it is done here with the on this Google page, it doesn't scroll down. You can see that it is really mapped to the scroll position. It's not like some kind of on-off animation. So I want to map this kind of scroll position to something on the website, maybe like a font size or maybe like a color or opacity or something. And I think that's all all that you need to know to for some context. So what I did, or I said that I want to do this here from scratch, but what I already did kind of is use Create React App, and Create React App is just a simple tool which spins up a React application quickly with some basics so that you can just start coding. And this is how the app, this is how the app currently just looks like, with some boilerplate code you can use. And I'm just gonna get started. All right, so what I first want to do is create these 3 sections here in my app. And because I've kind of also put some thought into these sections, I'm going to create this section or these two sections actually as React components, which are kind of aware of their scroll position and then render something inside as a child. We'll see. So, okay, let's get coding. First of all, I want to get rid of everything that I have here in my app component. I also don't need this logo here. And I want to have 3 sections, like I said, and this is why I'm going to say, hey, this is section 1. Should be there, all right. Then I want to have 2 components here. They are also going to be sections. So, but first I'm just gonna create 2 other sections here, just like this, I would say. Then we have some CSS files. So CSS is just the styling of the website. I am not really gonna care about like excellence here. It is going to be quite hacky. So here we have 3 sections, and what I want to have is I want that every section basically has like a fixed height, because I think it's enough for the beginning. Maybe I will change later, we'll see. I'll just say each section has a height of 1200 pixels. Maybe just give them a background to make them a bit more distinguishable, and also give them like a margin so that we can see where one section ends, another section starts. So this is section 1, this is section 2, and this is section 3. All right, so we have now 3 sections, and like I said, I want to have these 2 sections actually as components. And here I see there's 2 hellos in the comments. So hi Salo and hi Mario, and welcome to the live stream. So I have these 3 sections, and like I said, I want to create a component now. So let's create one. Let's just say this is a sticky box component, let's say. Sticky box, yes. And here I want to I want to define a component. I'll just say called sticky box equals a function which returns a section, so that it has the same styling as the other sections. And I'll just say, hi, I am a sticky box. And then I want to export it. I say export default sticky box. Oops, not sticky box, sticky box. Oh man. So usually for the videos that I do on my channel, they are like kind of pre-recorded. I don't really have a script, but I just record them over and over again until I get them right. But it feels different this time because I don't have like a stop and re-record button. So so I have my sticky box here, which I am going to import here in my app component and say import sticky box from sticky box. And then I am going to render 2 sticky boxes here. So sticky box and sticky box. So we have section 1, sticky box and sticky box. And because this is a component and reusable, I want to make it possible that these sticky boxes render what I tell them to render from outside, from this like parent app component. And this is why I am going to go inside here to my, let me make this here a bit smaller and this a bit larger. So I want that the sticky box can render children, like they're called children. So I want that the section is actually rendering what I pass it from the outside. So when I now go to my app component and say, hey, this sticky box should now render like a paragraph saying, I don't know, hello, and this, I know, very creative placeholder text, and this will say like, goodbye. Oh man. So now you can see that the first section just renders this, and the other sticky boxes now render what I tell them to render from the outside, from the app component. And what should I do next? I would say that these I think what I would do next is I would try to make these like children, or these elements that I have here, kind of sticky. So let me show what that means. So instead of just directly rendering them, I will render them inside of another div, and I'll just call this thing the like a sticky container or sticky box container, and I want that everything with a class name sticky box container has a background red, for example, and color white, just so that we can see them. Okay, and then I want that these are actually sticky, so I'm going to say position sticky and top 0, and what this should do is make these, now you can see that these things are sticky in their respective sections. And what this is basically for is when the section now hits the top of the screen, and when this red box becomes sticky, it doesn't really do anything as long as there is like an surplus of height of that section. And in this moment, basically, in this kind of moment where I'm currently scrolling, I want this sticky container or the sticky box to render, to do something with the scroll position. And this one, I actually want to have also a certain height. I want it to be full height. So now you can see like that these sections or these sticky box containers, they are now they have now 100% of the viewport height. And there's another comment here as well too. Hi, welcome to the stream. And if you have any, like, if I'm going too fast, or if you have any like questions about what is really, you can just ask ahead. And I think I'll just go for green here instead of red. It's a bit too much. So and now I have these kind of sections with 100% height. And now I want to kind of, I think, know what is the current kind of scroll position. You know, I want to know, okay, I want to start knowing where the section currently is, so that I can do some appropriate things. So what I was thinking is I want to map like a value between 0 and 1 to the current kind of scroll position. So when the green section here I have, the sticky container, hits the top of the screen, I want there to be like a value saying you're now at 0. So you're like now at the beginning of the this scroll hijacking behavior. And if you go down, all the way down, and the kind of the bottom of this sticky container, of this green container, hits the bottom of the sticky box, then I want to have a value 1. So when the green box starts getting sticky, I want to have a value of 0. And when the green box stops getting sticky, I want to have a value of 1. So this, I want to have this kind of mapping between 0 and 1, so that I can, like within these green boxes, say, like when the value is now at 0, I want the color to be green, and when the value is at 1, I want it to be kind of red. I can then choreograph these or this behavior. So, but for that, I first need to know what the scroll position is. And for that, I would now go to my sticky box component and actually write a custom React hook. So to get the like scroll position and try to come up with something that gives me the this kind of value between 0 and 1. So like sticky has started and sticky has stopped. And for that, I'm just going to write a hook, and I'm just going to call it use sticky pause or position, I would say. And here I want to first, I probably need to listen to scroll to the scroll event from the window object, and then figure out something after that. So, but I also need a reference to the element here. So yeah, I think this needs to accept a reference to the object or to the DOM element that I want to get the scroll position from. So I would probably say here then use ref, so that just gets imported. Okay, so I'll just say const ref equals use ref. So this is going to be a new reference. And then I want to get kind of the, how do you call these numbers actually? Like a scroll factor. I'm just going to call it scroll factor. So scroll factor is going to be this number that I just mentioned between 0 and 1. And this is what I expect from the use sticky position. Or I'm just going to call it actually use scroll factor, so that it makes more sense, I guess. Can change at any time. So use scroll factor, and here I want to pass the reference to my Mario says, that seems cool for webcomic purposes. You could have panels, VFX, or dialogue balloons appearing, disappearing, depending on how far you scroll down. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, but in the current assignment that I have for my contract, it is kind of like, it is not really a comic, but the idea is that when one of these sections is sticky, or when it kind of sticks to the viewport and the user scrolls, that a certain text is highlighted as the user scrolls down, like a marker basically marking a certain part of text. And yeah, I can see all kinds of uses for this kind of behavior. So yeah, where was I? So the scroll factor. So I want to have this kind of scroll factor, and actually when I have the scroll factor, I want to just also render it here in my component, so that I can actually also see it. Scroll factor. And yeah, here I need to have a scroll factor defined. So for that I need to use state hook. So use state hook is just like a function where you can store some data, and this is just like a place to store some data. And here I'm going to say const scroll factor and set scroll factor equals use state. And maybe I need to make this even bigger here because this doesn't really matter how wide this is. So I have now the place where I want to store my scroll factor, and I want to return this to the component that is actually using my use scroll factor hook or function. And I'm going to say return scroll factor. And I'm going to say the default value of my scroll factor is 0. And you can see now the 0 is now also displayed in the or on the website. And now, what do you have now? So now I need to kind of dynamically set this scroll factor, and for that I need to set up an event listener, or like something that listens to scroll events on the website. And for that I need the use effect hook. So the use effect hook will trigger for the first time when the HTML elements have all rendered. And I want to now say, so when everything is now ready, I want to set up event listener for the scroll event. So whenever there's a scroll happening on the window, I want to do the following. I want to set the scroll factor. Like I want to, like this is to do. We need to define the value here. But let's say now let's first get the the y value, or like how deep we are on the website. We can do that by saying const scroll y equals window scroll y. So let me just turn on here the light. Oh, my voice is getting really scratchy. Let me just get a quick sip of water here. All right. So now we have the scroll y, and if I now set this, it should update my scroll factor. But in this use effect hook, I also have to define a cleanup function so that this event listener isn't registered multiple times. So I'm going to say return a cleanup function and say window remove event listener scroll. And oh yeah, I have to now actually use the same callback here, and this is why I'm going to say const on scroll is this function. And Jocelyn says, wouldn't intersection observer be easier if you have intersection elements? So intersection observer, I am pretty sure that this would also work. I am currently not 100% familiar with it. I think would be like, I would definitely try to build this with an intersection observer at some point, but I think for now I would just go with the scroll event. So I totally agree that this is probably better suited for the intersection observer. So thanks for the comment there. So moving on, I wanted to define this here to my for my event listeners. And so I'm sorry. So now I want to what do I want to do? I should, oh, there's actually an error. I failed to execute add event listener on, I just need to save, I guess. Okay, so yeah, now we can see the scroll kind of position here on the, or the scroll Y on the elements themselves. So I'm actually going to write this as a to-do. Here, what Jocelyn said, use intersection observer, because maybe this is like a follow-up session where I actually try to do this with an intersection observer. Intersection observer is something that I have worked with in the past, but I think it would take a bit more time to get really used to it, and this is why I'm just going with the basic scroll event for now. So to do use intersection observer, and now I have the scroll Y, but what I really want is the scroll factor, and the scroll factor is, like I said, 0 when I am right here, like when the screen section touches the top of my window. And for that, I think I need the Y position of the, or like the current top position of my section here. And this I can get by saying const like content rect. So the rectangle describing like the X and Y and the height and width of this box. And I can get that by saying content rect equals this reference. You can get the DOM element or the HTML element from this reference by saying ref.current and then saying get bounding client rect. So let me actually split this into multiple parts. Let's say const ref element equals ref current. Then let's say content rect is then the ref element gets bounding client rect. And what is going wrong here? Cannot get bounding client rect. Is it actually get client bound rect or something? Get, I have to Google this every time I feel like. Get bounding client rect. Get bounding client rect. So why is this not working? Let me go back. It says you cannot read properly get bounding client rect of undefined. Okay, so this should be, let's just try to debug this first. I think, I need to add the ref to the dependencies so that, oh no, still not. So let's see what we have here. Console log ref element. Let's check here. Or there was an error actually. Oh, ref element is undefined. I know why, because I actually haven't passed this ref to one of my sections, so it doesn't know what to actually reference. So now it should now point to these sections if I actually, oh, it doesn't, oh yeah, it does, highlight it. So now I can actually use this again, I think, the content rect, and I can actually just log this out, content rect. So this should be logged out now. Actually, let me get the reference only once, or the ref element once, and let me get the content rect on every scroll. So let's now refresh here and maybe reload. You can see that here it actually logs them twice now. Maybe I just remove the second box so that I don't have double logs for the beginning. But let me do this again. So, no, let's do it again. So I scroll down, and here, when I check it here, the Y position of the section is 873, and if I go further down, it is now like minus 129. So I kind of now get, I can get the top position of my rectangle. And so what I now need to do is to get this kind of scroll factor. I first need to say, okay, if the Windows Y position and the scroll Y is equal to the Y position of my section, then it is basically 0. So what I have to say now is const scroll factor. I just got to head out, but keep, thank you, Marion, and thanks for joining. So, const scroll factor equals, what does it actually equal? So, I would say, let's maybe try to split this up a bit. Let's say const delta for now equals, let's say const section Y equals content rect Y, and then I am going to say delta equals maybe math apps, so that it's like always a positive number. It is going to be scroll Y minus section Y, let's say. So now let's just log out the delta here. Well, actually set this delta here. Wait. So now, I think this section should be smaller, this first section. So I'm going to just hard code like a style here. I'm just going to say height 400 pixels because I don't want, I want to see the section here from the very beginning. So back to my sticky box. So wait, scroll Y. Section Y and scroll Y. Maybe not. Let's maybe not use math apps or absolute, or that was called. So the delta should be now negative or positive. Why does it actually section Y? I actually have to log this out again. I need to understand it. So reload. I scroll down. The scroll. Okay, so the scroll Y is now So why is this actually... okay. There should be section y minus scroll y. To be negative. And why does it hit 0 here? Oh yeah, yeah. Makes sense. But I think I also need the height, I think, of this section. So when can it be 0? So one it is when, so let's maybe start with 1. So 1, it should be when the scroll position, window scroll position, is equal to the height of the... oh man, this is actually a bit too much of math. I have to get my head straight here. So 0, I have to write it down. So 0 when scroll y, 0 when scroll y equals kind of, no, not equals, actually no, actually when the section y is 0. Scroll factor 0 when section y is 0, and scroll factor 1 when the section y is, when the section y is yeah, I think the total height is when the section y, yeah, minus section height it should be equals 0. And the section height is, what I mean is actually this green section. So it needs to be yeah, it needs to be the size of the element, but actually it needs to be the size of this element, the sticky box container, which has the yeah, where we know the height. So I think the ref needs actually to move to the sticky box container. But let's check. So so now let me get the section height here. Section height equals content rect height, and let's see here. Let's say it is 0. Section y minus section height. So let's first check if the section height is actually, or the section y is actually always the same on a sticky element. That is also something that I have to see, section height. So I go up. Yeah, the section height. The section y is actually always 0 when it is sticky. Okay. So height, do we maybe need 2 refs then in this case? Because now I still, oh wait, section Y, it shouldn't be 0, because I need it for defining the scroll factor. Do I? So let's maybe also get the scroll Y. So I have now, okay, section height. Yeah, this is not the section height, but this is the, yeah, what I have with the section height here is this sticky box container, which is this green part. So scroll Y. So maybe put the ref back here on this section. So if I now scroll down, section Y, section height, okay. Okay, so I think I need another reference. So I need 2 references. So this is the section ref, and this is the sticky box container ref. And I want to pass both references. So this is the section ref, and this is the sticky box container ref. So I will just pass both. I'll just say section ref and the sticky box container ref. So here then I will have the section ref and the sticky box container ref. So this is the section ref. Let's call it section ref element. Okay, let's maybe just write a variable for each. Say let's call this sticky box container ref, or sticky box container element. I'll just remove the ref here. Section element and a sticky box container element. This should be from here. And then ref is not defined. Yeah, I can just say here section element and sticky. Oh, this needs to be actually the ref. So sticky box container ref and section ref. All right. So here I have now the scroll Y. And so let's call this then the sticky box container rect. Section Y. Section Y is then section element. Oh no, wait. I have to also do this for the section. It's getting a bit confusing, I guess. So let's slow down a bit. So I have two elements. I need 2 rects. So I need the rectangle. I need a rect for the section and the sticky box container, and this needs to be the other element like this. So, and the section height is now this height, and the sticky box container height is the height of this. So now I have the section Y and the no, not the section Y, but yeah, I can also just write the sticky box container Y, but it will always be 0, but maybe we'll need it later. So sticky box container Y is this thing Y, and then I want to log them out. So I'll just say sticky box container Y, and section height and the sticky box container height. So I want to log out these things. All right, so if I now, what did you have there? None. Oh, okay. It's not a problem for now. Let's just ignore these. So I scroll down. This sticky box container Y is undefined. Am I passing it here? Yeah, you scroll. Why is that? Oh, I need to get the rect first. Rect Y. Yeah, I think that this should work. Sticky box container Y is undefined. Sticky. Oh, this needs to be the rect. All right. So I have now. When I'm now here, when the sticky box container touches the top, then the sticky box container Y is 0. Section height is 1200. It's the entire section, not just the green section. And the sticky box container height is 599. It's just the green section. And what I now want to have is, I want to say, what I definitely want to say is the scroll factor, or if the or let's just say let scroll factor temp, like a temporary value, is going to be 0, and if the the sticky box container sticky box container Y is smaller than 0, it should be like negative, right? When I, oh no, it should be positive actually, but if it is like 0, then I want the I want to set the scroll factor to always to be 0. But otherwise, I want to handle it differently. So I want to now say between, like, there's probably also a better way with these if clauses, but this is now 0, or like, let's say sticky box container touches top of screen, and otherwise value between 0 and 1. So now I need to kind of figure out when it is 1. So 1 it should be when like the max value is going to be when the like let's maybe find a situation here when the scrolling kind of stops. So if I go down kind of here, yeah, but I think, yeah, there's also the margin. So the scroll Y is now 1100. The height is at 1200. All right. I need to formulate this down here. I have to say sticky box container. Bottom touches bottom of section. So this needs to be oh wait, is this still correct? Here's the scroll factor 1 when section Y minus section height. Oh, this needs to be actually the sticky box container height. Right? No. So if this okay, so let's say let's do it like this. Let's say section bottom equals section element. Wait, what? What is section element Y? I think this is wrong here. So this, I need to get the rects first. Rect, section element rect Y. And section Y is this. Section bottom is section element rect Y plus section element rect plus its height. Should be. So now we have, let me just close this out here. So, and split these. So I have the Y and the, or let's, maybe I should call this section top. So section top and section bottom. And what I now want is if the section top or section bottom is yeah. I think now I have to say, or let's check a value. Let's say like I just want to log out something. I just want to say log out test. I want to say section bottom minus the sticky box container height, I think. Wait, oh no, it needs to be like this. So if I now scroll, it should be kind of 0 when I am right here. right? So this is kind of when I want it to be 1. So when this is 0, I want it to be 1, kind of. So let's just say this thing here, so const scroll, or x, let's just call it x. Let's say x equals all right, maybe I should have paid more attention in math. So I now need a kind of like an equation which gives me 1 when this is kind of 0. And based on the scroll position. So what I want to do now is say, let me think. Maybe we just say const c, or like a constant is 1, and I just want to say const like what I want basically, or what I want to set as the scroll factor is 1, or c minus this kind of x, which needs to be which needs to go which needs to be 1, which needs to which needs to be 1. So this needs to be divided by something. So section bottom is 0. Wait, where does this start? So what is the value when this touches the top here? It is equal to the height of the section. Okay, so maybe I should just say x equals, so that I only have the numbers I really care about, I'll just say max sticky box container height and this. Like I want to kind of get this is not what math max does, so it's wrong, but I just have to say, I guess, sticky box container height divided by this, but this can become 0. So it needs to, that can be then like a bad number. But let's just test it anyway. It might crash when I go down here. So what I want is what I now want to log out. So I think should be okay. No, wait, this is 0. Should be the other way around. Container height. Oh, damn. 599. So this was test. Let's just call it test again. Const test equals this through test. So let's just log out, or let's just write tests here in the thingy. So this is 599. Oh no. Actually becomes 0 when I go here. Maybe I can actually just remove this part right here. Like disable it and see. Yeah, maybe I don't need this if else. So let me do this again. So it's like negative, it's currently negative. So let's just say that this is now math apps. And okay, so let's save this. Okay, this is getting too much. What? So this needs to be 100, based on kind of 100%. Oh man. Oh man, I'm bad at these equations. I think I'm going to use something that I know kind of from D3. So I want a D3 interpolator. I think this is what I need. So I want to map kind of two values. What this kind of does is, I think, wait a second, interpolate round. I think they should return me a number between 0 and 1. Interpolate number returns an interpolator between the two numbers A and B, but there should be a reverse one, isn't there? Interpolate object, transform CSS, discrete sampling, no. Nope, this is not what I'm looking for. Or is it? Let me check again. Maybe I'll just say interpolate number. Okay. Okay. So let's log out the test here again. So I go down, this becomes 0 when it touches the bottom of the sticky box container, the green section. And so 0 when touches bottom. And then what I want to do is constant is 1, and I want to subtract. I want this to be 1 when I go here. Test section bottom. X. X. What is X? X is sticky box container height. This is always 599. So this is, and this goes from 500, kind of from 599 to 0. So this needs to be maybe 1 divided by this. I'm so bad at math. So now I'll just log out the X differently. So, okay, so this is now bigger than 1. This we can, I think, fix, but yeah, I think it looks fine now. This is something that I want to subtract from 1. So if I now log out what I want again, oops. So this should be now, yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Yeah, that looks good. But can it not be like divided by 0 or something? I'm a bit confused. But let's focus on maybe not that case. It can probably happen. So it can happen when like sticky box container height, or when this is 0. Test can be 0 when, let me just log out the test. It can be 0 at some point here. So, all right. So I think I have the value that I want. I might focus on this like divided by 0 case later. So I'll just remove this and put this here because I don't need the if thing anymore. Seems I don't need these things either, it seems. So, all right. So this is the section bottom minus the, okay. I'll just call this, I have to come up with proper names for this, but whatever, it's not that important, I think. So this is what I want. And this is now what I want to pass to my, to my children. So what I want to do now, so I have the scroll factor, and I want to pass it to the children. Scroll factor. And what I now need to do is I have to now, instead of passing like a paragraph like this, I have to now pass in a function which receives the scroll factor, right? And here I want to now render, let's say again, a paragraph with the hello and with the scroll factor that I now receive from this awfully complicated math thingy that I created there. So I also have to fix the, I also have to fix this, that the number is kind of, wait, where's the, wait, I have 2 P's, no, that shouldn't be. And, oh yeah, this needs to be returned. So let's say return, like this. And I can also just remove the scroll factor from here. I can just focus on the children. And now I have kind of like a scaling. I now have a scale from top of the scroll behavior to the stopping, you know? And now what I want to do is maybe use it, kind of. Like, let's just say I want to adjust the styling of this, or the font size of this paragraph by saying, you know, the font size is going to be like 10 pixels plus the scroll factor. So when it is 1, I want to, let's say, also add 10. So it's scroll factor times 10. So it'd be somewhere between 10 and 20 pixels. Okay, so I think we're getting there. What I need to now figure out is these cases, like when it is actually not sticky. I don't want to get this. I don't want to get this value. So this should always be 0. Then, so if the position of the section minus the this is what I was trying to do with the if. I think we might need them still, so I will just like comment them or remove the comment here. I'm pretty sure we need those, so I would say so the scroll Y, let's say the scroll Y is like is like always here, right? And here at this point, the Y, the sticky box container Y is 0. Sticky box container 0, okay. So let's log out some things again. Console log sticky box container Y. So this is now 500 and 0. So it must be 0 actually. It must always be 0. Otherwise, yeah, I just have to, I think I can just say if let's just say if sticky box container Y, if it is bigger or larger than 0, then I want to set the scroll factor to be 0. And else if the sticky box container Y is smaller than 0, so when it's like like above when it's past scrolling, I want it to be I want the scroll factor to be 1, and otherwise I want to do this, what I have like so elegantly crafted here. So I think now it's 0, and it stops at 1 and just scrolls past. Nice. I think that's sufficient. Section height. Do we need the section height somehow? It doesn't seem like it. So I can just remove it. I wonder if we need the section at all. Or only the sticky box container. So I have the section here, section element rect, and we only use it for the section bottom. And the section bottom is, yeah, we might need it actually for that. But maybe I'll think about it and try to come up with a solution where we only need a single ref. It would be more elegant if we only had the, like only one reference, but this is maybe something for another time. So, now I have the, yeah, this kind of scroll mapping. And I think this should also work now if I have multiple sticky boxes. So if I copy this, you know, and put it there, like this should be now at 1 and stop fast scrolling, and this one here, yeah, also picks up at 0. Cool. I think this is pretty cool. Like for me, it's a success. Like I was getting kind of desperate, or like yeah, with the math going on there. But I think it's okay for now. So please, if you have any like comments about how bad my math is, I totally deserve it, I think. So now I think for this video, I think what else can I do? So I think to make it a little bit more fancy, I guess, this is something we can do for the remainder of this video. I would just center the text that I have here, or I would just say maybe sticky box container is now actually like a display grid, and I want to align the items in the center and justify content center. So it's now the effect should be now like more kind of yeah, obvious, I think. This thing here, the number also makes it look a bit jagged, so I would just say to fixed like 2. Save and try. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is something that we can work with. Definitely, it's kind of a mixed feeling. Like I feel like I shouldn't. I wasted too much time on the math, but I don't know. Let me know how you feel about that. So I think this is totally sufficient for now. Cool. I guess. Okay. So I think I am going to just yeah, wrap up this live stream right now, and probably come up with another session where I want to make it more clean maybe, and come up with better use cases for the scroll factor that I have defined here. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, I guess, and I hope you liked it or learned a thing or two about this kind of scroll hijacking, and yeah, see you in the next one, I guess. So bye, and have a nice day, evening, wherever you are. Bye.